It's Good Friday. Come join me and we see what came in the mail this week for the RKM collection as we head into the Easter holiday. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to Mailbox Central as we go through the cards that came in the mail for the RKM collection this week. Start of spring break, so I figured Friday night. Just got done watching the Orioles lose to the Pirates in a close one. Gonna pour a little bit of bourbon, a little brown water here, and look at some cards. So we'll see what came in the mail this week. I'm rocking the Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Yep. Double oaked, actually. Almost done this bottle. But anyway, just wanted to take some time to go over the cards that came in the mail this week for the RKM collection. Wish everyone a happy Easter. If you aren't already subscribed, please do so. Don't be afraid to like the video as well. Hope everyone enjoyed the April Fool's short we posted earlier in the week. It was fun making that with the kids. And, baseball's back. We're a week into the baseball season now. We're all flying on all cylinders. Connor Griffin's up for the Pirates. It's big news. His rookie's going to be coming out in this series too, or update, I would think. They're going to push something quick. I know the Topps Now card will be out here probably today after this weekend. So all you prospect collectors there. It's fun to have a 19-year-old in the majors again. You don't see that anymore. But so best of luck to him. Sounds like he might be close to making a 9-year, $140 million deal. That's insane. Could you imagine being 19 and living in a big city with that kind of scratch? I know I couldn't. But so we wanted to take a look at the cards that came this week. I wanted to wish everyone a happy Easter. Make sure you look for your baskets Sunday morning. Maybe you find some baseball cards in them. We had 2 cards that came in our mailbox this week, 2 in our Easter basket. So let's take a look. Besides the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, what else we can look forward to this week in the collection. All right, we had 2 big pickups this week for the RKM collection. First card that came in the mail was the 1980 Topps George Brett, number 450. Now, George Brett, 1980 season is one for the record books. He won the AL MVP that year. Fell just short of the 400 mark, but made a serious run all the way into August where he was hitting 400. And had a 37-game hit streak that season. Finished the year with a .390 batting average, which is the highest average by a third baseman in the 20th century. So, again, phenomenal year that year. He took the Royals all the way to the World Series where they fell to the Phillies. But, again, can't say enough about George Brett. Let's take a look at the back of the card here real quick. Again, still somewhat early in his career. But, George Brett, what a player. From the time he joined the Royals, through the first half of his career, they ran right up there with the best teams in baseball. 78, I think they were in the they made it to the the AL championship game, made it to the World Series in 80. So George Brett, can't say enough about him. And this is his Topps PSA 9 from his best season, the 1980 season. So we were able to add this one to the collection. And then we had one other card come in the mail this week. Another guy from the 1980s, a guy we all know. And that is Mr. Padre, 1983 Fleer, Tony Gwynn, number 360. Now, both of these cards are in the 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th Century collection by Mike Payne. And Tony Gwynn, this is his rookie one of his rookies from the Fleer set. And, again, what a great hitter he was as well. At age 37, in 97, he put together a 372 batting season, which is just insane at that age, but was able to do that along with having a little bit of power as well. 17 home runs, 119 RBIs. He had 49 doubles that year. So to have both the power and the batting average, it's almost unheard of. You're either hitting to get on base or you're hitting to hit it out. And normally not doing both. And George Brett and Tony Gwynn both were able to do that in their career at times. So you can't look past Tony Gwynn. Great guy as it is. He's kind of looped in with Cal Ripken, and the fact he played his whole career with the same team. They both retired in the same year, went in the Hall together. And Gwynn had a great career there in San Diego. He probably is, I would consider him the best known and most recognizable San Diego Padre of all time. So again, can't say enough about Tony Gwynn. If you ever hear him talk hitting, it was a treat to listen to. I think if you ever get a chance to go back and watch some YouTube videos of him talking about hitting, it's great. And you put Gwynn and you put George Brett together, they're both ranked right up there with some of the great hitters of the game. To do what they did in the 1980s when pitching was still dominant and just kind of unheard of. A lot of those guys, not to discredit, Williams or DiMaggio or even Cobb. I mean, those guys were awesome hitters as well. But they didn't face the type of competition that the Gwynn and Brett did. And for them to flirt with 400 at that point in their career is great. I'm interested to see what this ABS does and how that impacts batting average. I think we're going to see batting average go up a little bit, only in that, we're going to see some calls overturned, some third strikes. Guys are going to get some more walks out of it, which will help their averages. And I think in the long run, may help if you get a guy the caliber of a Gwynn or a Brett, playing in the game. You combine that with some of the new advantages that they're getting that they didn't have, historically. I think we're going to see some. We might see something special. But anyway, so that's the two cards that came in the mail this week. We had two cards from the 80s, the 1980 Topps George Brett and the 1983 Fleer Tony Gwynn. So that was a fun flashback to the 80s here when we watched some of our childhood heroes play baseball. And, we had two great hitters as part of the RKM collection added this week, both parts of the 300 Great Baseball cards, and that's the 1980 Topps George Brett and then the 1983 Fleer Tony Gwynn. So again, wish everyone a happy Easter. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy some time off. Enjoy seeing some family. Again, this collection that I'm building, the collections you guys are building, they're a little brick at a time, and we want to make sure we enjoy everything as they come in. And I'm going to enjoy these two cards this week. So thank you again for tuning in for the RKM Collections Mailbox Central, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.